Hello, and welcome to TelWare's hosted end-user phone training session. My name is Coley, and I'll lead you through today's training. This video will cover the basic button layout and features of the Yealink T42. Let's get started. On the bottom right hand of your new Yealink phone, you will see the speakerphone button. When pressed, this button will initiate speakerphone and have a dial tone. Speakerphone is also an option if you are already on a call and wish to switch from the handset to the speaker option. Above the speakerphone button is the redial button. When this button is pressed, you are taken into a list of recently placed calls. Simply use your directional pad to highlight the person you wish to call back and press either the Send soft key in the display or the redial button. If you want to do an automatic redial of the last person you called, simply press the redial button twice. Above the redial button is a white envelope. This is your message button and how you will access your voicemail. Right above the message button is a button to activate and deactivate your headset. If you do not use a headset, you will not have a need for this button. If you do use a headset and need to activate it once it's plugged into the phone, press the headset button and it will light up green. If your button is illuminated, this means your headset is currently active. To deactivate your headset, press the button once more and the green light will turn off. At the top right side section is a mute button. This will only activate if you are on an active call. This button is a simple toggle on, toggle off. If illuminated red, your conversation is muted. This means you can still hear the person you are on the phone with, but they only hear silence. Moving slightly to the left, you see the directional pad on the phone. This allows you to toggle up, down, left, and right in a menu and select different options depending on your goal. Simply hit OK to select highlighted options. Below the directional pad is a small button with an X on it. This button takes you back out of menus step by step until you get back to the home screen. This is useful when you find yourself in a menu and are not sure how you got there or how to get back. One important thing to note is this button also acts as a hang-up function when you are on the phone. We consider this to be the polite way to hang up on someone, as it is a silent action. But if you are searching a menu while on the phone and use this button to back out, be aware you might hang up on the call. The bar at the bottom of your phone with a minus and plus sign is your volume control. This button has three functions. If you are in an idle state or if your phone is ringing, the plus and minus buttons raise and lower the volume of your ringtone. If you are using the handset on a call, these will change the volume of what you hear through your ear. If you are on speakerphone, this will raise and lower the volume of your speaker. Note that when you adjust this volume, the setting you changed it to will remain at that level, as opposed to resetting to a neutral volume after each use. Turning your attention toward the screen, the T42 has 6 programmable buttons. As our phones are fully customizable, some of the programmable buttons may differ depending on your business's needs. On the left side are 2 open lines for multiple calls. Other programmable key options include speed dials, busy lamp fields also known as presence, queue log in and out buttons, and system park buttons. We will go over system park in a later section. When the phone is idle, the home screen has 4 soft key options at the bottom of the screen. Starting on the left, the History soft key will take you to your call history. If you push the History soft key, you will see all your phone's incoming, outgoing, and missed calls in order from most recent to oldest. You may toggle up and down to highlight the entry you wish to interact with. In the History menu, you see new soft keys to go back, delete a history entry, see more options, or send. If you go into the Options button, you have opportunities to see call details, add to contact, add to blacklist, or delete all. Both add to contact and add to blacklist are phone specific and do not incorporate with the rest of the system. Our last soft key option is to send a call back to the highlighted phone number. Outgoing calls have arrows that point up and out. Incoming calls have arrows pointing down and in. And missed calls have the bouncing arrow. To view different categories within your history, you can toggle to the left and right. Coming back to the home screen, your second soft key button is labeled Phonebook. If you press this, it will take you into your system phone book. Here, you will see all the phone numbers within the phone's system. These contacts are on every phone, are entered in the back end of the system, and are not editable. The soft keys have now changed to Back, Search, Option, and Send. If you choose to search within the phone book, you have 2 options. You can see the search mode as denoted by the second soft key. Using ABC mode, you will need to type out a person's full name, spelling each letter. You can switch this setting to 2AB, which is a predictive text option. As opposed to pressing the 7 button 4 times to select an S, you can press it once and move to the next predictive letter. This saves you time and narrows down your search as you type the numbers associated with each letter. Let's practice. If we're looking for Scott, we simply have to press 7, 2, 6, 8. And this will narrow down our options. And then we can click on whoever we would like to call within this narrowed down list. If we go back to the phone book and choose the Option button, we can view details of the highlighted contact. We can add to our personal contact list, or we can add to blacklist, just like with our call history. It is important to note that any contacts you choose to add to contacts will be going into a separate phone list called your local directory. We will cover this in more detail later. Back on the home screen, our third soft key option is labeled DND, which stands for Do Not Disturb. If you press this button, you will see the letters D and D appear in the top right of your screen. This signifies that you are in Do Not Disturb, and your phone will send all calls straight to voicemail. This is useful when you are in meetings and don't want to be distracted with a ringing telephone. Keep in mind, you must deactivate DND when you want to start receiving calls again. Our last soft key button on the home screen is the Menu button. If you press this button, you have the options to view your phone's status and features. You will not need to use these often as they are system settings and cannot be changed by a user. Toggle down to number 3, Settings, and press Enter or OK. Press Enter once more to go into Basic Settings. Here you can adjust your phone's language, time and date, display settings such as the backlight and screensaver, and sound settings like your ringtone and keytone sounds. Going back to our first menu screen, scroll down to option 6, Directory, and press Enter or OK. Your first option is Local Directory. This is where your phone's local contacts will be saved. You can save any number here and access it later. You can even create specific groups within this directory. Our remote phone book is the list we covered previously that can be accessed from your phone screen. Our blacklist is stored below and can also be managed by adding or removing contacts at any point in time. Let's practice a call. First off, if you are having a hard time remembering your own phone's extension, simply lift the handset and your extension will appear in the bottom center of your phone. When receiving an incoming call, our soft key options will once again change. As your phone is ringing, your options are to answer, forward, silence, or reject the call. Forwarding the call will allow you to redirect the caller to another user in the system without you having to answer the phone. Silencing the call will make the ringing stop on your phone, but the caller still hears the standard number of rings on their end before they are sent to voicemail. Even though you have silenced your phone, you still have the option to answer the call by pressing Answer, pressing the speaker button, or picking up the handset. If you choose the Reject option, you will send the caller straight to voicemail, immediately stopping the ringing. Once on an active call, your soft key options become Transfer, Hold, Conference, and End Call. To transfer a call, two options are available. For a blind transfer, press the transfer button on the lower left-hand side. Search the directory, dial the extension, or dial a full phone number. Then press B Transfer on the left-hand side before the phone begins ringing. You will send the call directly to the new receiving party without speaking to them beforehand. With an attended transfer, your steps are almost the same. Starting with an active call, press the transfer button, search the directory, dial the extension, or dial a phone number. Then wait for the receiving party to answer and let them know the situation before pressing transfer or hanging up. In both situations, the party on the other side of the call will hear hold music until the transfer is completed. If you would like to transfer to voicemail, it can be accomplished by using a special code while doing a blind transfer. Typically at TelWare, we program the dial *4, then enter the number of the voicemail box you wish to transfer. Back on to our active call options. To place a caller on hold, press the Hold soft key. The other party will hear hold music until you resume your call by pressing the Resume soft key option. Creating a conference with this system is like the transferring process. Press the Conference soft key, search for a contact or dial a number, and once the new party has answered, press Conference again to bridge all calls together. Our new soft key options are Split, which allows you to separate the calls back to their original positions, hold, which places both callers on hold, end call, and manage. If you press the Manage button, you can choose to mute other individuals from the conference. You can remove selected individuals, and you can place them on hold. Using this conferencing method on the Yealink T42, only 3 calls can be in a conference at one time. If you would like the capability of more parties in the conference, we can set up a conference bridge to fit your needs. An alternative to transfer is Park. Park is a system-wide hold that incorporates all users within your system. To use System Park during an active call, select your SP Programmable Buttons on the right side of the screen. The party on the other side of the line will hear hold music, and your phone lines are now free. Once you have placed the caller in Park, you may contact the receiving party in whatever manner you choose. They will pick up the parked call by selecting the Park button highlighted in red. Note that Park is generally programmed with a 90-second ring-back timer. If the call is not picked up within 90 seconds, the call will be sent back to the original phone to be attended to. Let's come back and talk about voicemail. Access your voicemail box by pressing the message key on your telephone or by dialing the voicemail access code 999 for a 3-digit extension or 9999 for a 4-digit extension. A voice menu system will ask you to enter your personal identification number, followed by the pound symbol. If you do not know your personal identification number, please email support@telware.com for assistance. The initial options you are presented are the following: dial star to play your messages, dial 9 to go to your voicemail options, dial pound to exit. From here, you can follow a variety of prompts to accomplish your goals. Thank you for watching. If you ever need support for any phone issues, please email support@telware.com for our 24/7 emergency support.